Hello and welcome to the Forefront Technologies Documentum Application Demo Series. And today we're going to talk more about our intelligent business applications and managing control documents, our procedures, specifications, drawings, testing files, records, all related to that a lot of our quality teams and customers use. Web application, just as before, if you've seen our previous demos, I'm going to log in as Robert. And again, it's responsive interface, works with any browser and on any device. So this application, mobile ready for tablets and or phones. If you've seen some of our previous demos, the interface looks familiar. Kind of a portal, simple, easy to use interface, making it easy for the user experience and your end users. Everything's a click away. So if I need to do a search, I can quickly go in, do a policy search, find my documents. We see if we have any fire related procedures, pulls back my documents. I can open them, start working on them, and do what I need to do. If I close, I'm back here in my application. So again, quick, simple, easy to use for the end user. Mobile ready, a very intelligent business application. One of the things we've noticed with Documentum users over the last 20 years, as we've helped customers around the world implement and build these Documentum applications, is you have two distinct groups. You've got your consumers who really are just looking for documents. They're finding them. They may add some documents to the system. They may want to see quick reports or views, but they're more consumers. And so this interface was built with them in mind, streamlined, simple, easy to use. You also have users that are more super users. They're authors of documents. They're reviewers. They're validators. They're always going into the repository making changes. They may do revision control of documents and handling that. Your document controls team and records managers. They can have this view as well, but they may even want, I can switch to the standard view, a more detailed access into the system, into the repository. So Robert flips over. He has the ability to have both. And you can set it up so users have one or the other or both. It's very flexible and really customizable to your team and how they operate and work. So he's in a effective area of the repository with effective procedures. And you'll notice there's intelligence built into the name of some of these procedures. We're going to get into a lot of that later. And even all the column headings were sortable, ascending or descending. And we can see some of these documents here. A couple other things before we jump in. Notice the path at the top, kind of your breadcrumbs area. So you can quick navigate different areas of wherever you need to go. Across the left-hand side, our quick bar, quick access to everything. Across the top, if I mouse over records and control documents, that looks familiar, our command center pops up. So everything that Robert needs to do or any user needs to do is right there at their fingertips. We can go in and create or import a new document. We can go find certain content. Click on our reports and views. All very simple, easy access. We mouse off of it, goes away, you get back to work. It's all about streamlining and giving your users an intelligent app that works on any device, making Documentum easy. If we go down our command center, we can open up our master search center. And here, anything we want to do. If we're used to the full text search, remember if you're an old, long-time Documentum user with the advanced search capabilities, users can click on the advanced search, open up, search through the properties, add their own properties, build their own search, and then save it. That's one of the things that's very, very popular, being able to go in and build and save your own searches. And that way you can save them for yourself or for others on the team. We can see even on our search center area, we've got all of our smart pre-built searches that users can use. There's our policy search, our records search. Maybe we even have access to other searches in different areas. Again, all making it easy for the end users. And I mentioned save searches before. Click on our save search tab. There's all of our save searches. And again, users can name them, give them descriptions. And again, very powerful. And again, it all goes back to making things work for the end users. We close it. We're right back here in our system. Notice we talked about where we were in the repository. We've got a lot of teams and users that still like the tree view. So when I click on open up that tree view, you can see it opens up the tree view. I can scroll down and we can see we can navigate. We can go to the draft area. We can go look at some new hire policies if we need to. or or flip back. Let's just go back to our affected area. But again, users can navigate how and where they need to inside the tree view if that's something they want to be able to do. Notice we've got a couple other icons for a viewer and a properties module. Let's open that. Let's click on that viewer and check out what happens now. It opens up our viewer so that we can quickly see our documents without having to actually open the documents. So again, we've got our documents here. We can see this Jonah Energy procedure. We can click down to the loading dock procedure, and again we can see that document. We can scroll through there. Lots of capabilities with that. And just to go back to the flexibility, if we don't want to have the tree view open, we can click on that X, close it, and now it gives us a little more real estate in our application. While we've got the viewer open, a lot of people use this in their queues when they have their approval queues. We'll look at that in a second. But again, I can search inside the document. If I need to find a word, I can find that word inside the document. That's big with a lot of teams that put specifications and even contracts, procurement type documents in here, so they can go in and find certain words in the document without having to open it. Markup capabilities, that's always pretty big as well. We can mark up, draw on this document, save it as an overlay. Again, all why we made the annotation. But again, a great thing to add and do to some of these documents. And again, as we move on to different documents, we can save and again view them without accessing. If we don't want the viewer open, we don't have to have it open. Closes it. We're back there working. A couple other things to point out. Talks about effective procedures, and so we've got documents and it goes through workflow, and we're going to kind of see some of that as we go through. This lemon law procedure has already been through the workflow. Let's look at some of the end results before we kind of start in there. We open up our properties tab. Again, another way to set it up so that you see what you need to see. All of this metadata or data values related to this document. Notice we have an effective date, an expiration date, the retention. So we're retaining this document until November 2028. A lot of this information is created in the workflow as the document goes through that process. When it's created and then goes through the validation and the reviews and approvals by the team. Once it gets to the final step, it can populate automatically these data values. If we go in and look at kind of the history tab, it looks a lot better because it's more user-driven, business role-driven. So here we can see when Mike Steele promoted this document, some of the comments that he added to the system, where he says page 3 is perfect. We can even, it lets us know that an email notification was sent out, the date and time of that email notification going out. And then we can let us know when Julius approved it. So we see that approval and audit trail right here in the system. We can see the version stack, all right here in the system, all captured and maintained, and then renditions. In this workflow process, at the last step, once the final procedure is approved, PDF rendition is created. If we open that up, we can see there's our PDF rendition. PDF rendition has a watermark on it. We didn't see that in the viewer, remember? And then if we can page through, the watermark can be big letters across the page if we want to, all fully configurable, fully flexible. Notice the last page. The system can automatically create an electronic signature page. Who approved it, when, date and time stamp, and then even add their comments. Very powerful. Some user groups and use cases put that signature page on the front. It all depends on what the user is looking for, how they want to operate. Let's kind of look at a little more of the workflow as we go through. So we've got a user that needs to go in and create a new procedure or a new drawing. Everything is right here to help them, aid them in the step. Let's create a new quality control procedure. All we do is click on it. It's going to give us the template or the wizard where we go in and start filling out information. We're going to say this is a procedure. The red fields are required. And let's do one on our line safety procedure. And again, we can add other data fields. We can add who our approver is going to be. It could be automatically populated, or it could be where the user needs to select it. Many times you tie it into the types of procedure or the roles. Notice, going to automatically name this document. Just go ahead and click proceed. And again, the system is going to work for us and do things as we go through the process. So notice it lets us know we created this document. There's our intelligent name. Our line safety procedure 1723 automatically did that for us. It knew where to put this document. You know, we were looking at all the effective procedures when we created this, but the system was smart enough to put it in the draft area. We can just click on this and go to the actual document. While we're doing that, let's close our properties tab, and we can see we can sort to get the latest one at the top. There's our line safety procedure automatically created. Put a Word document. Let's go ahead. We can click on those dots and we can check it out. And as Word opens for us, we can go in and you will see it's going to give us a Word template that already has a lot of the information in there. We can start drafting and working on the authoring of this procedure. And so as we go through, we'll make a few changes. Everyone's used to working with Documentum, editing documents, so we won't go into all of that. Let's just save this. And one thing to point out is we've got integration with Microsoft Office. We can save it to the repository. We can browse. We can search. We can do everything we need with the repository right there. So again, all very powerful integrations with Microsoft Office. Could have checked it in from there, but I'm not, because I wanted to point out a few things. Key icons on there, let us know it's checked out. By whom? We can click on the dots, and we've got the ability to check in and upload right here. Here, if you're a long-time Documentum user, you've seen this before. It's a new version. We're going to say Robert's first update. And again, we could add more information. We could give a description on this version. We could update some of the other metadata fields. And we're going to go ahead and add that document in. If you're interested in having a plugin without having to select that, you can have that. But you also have the ability to not have any type of Java related into the system. And so we can see there's our line safety procedure. It's our first update. And so once we finish drafting that document, we can move that on into the process. So as far as promoting it, all the user has to do is click on promote and demote. We haven't finished this one, so we'll do that a little bit later in the process. Let's go look at some. We talked about once we promote it, it may end up in a user's queue. We added Mike Steele as a reviewer. He could get it in his queue. Robert's got a queue too of work he has to work on, my approval queue. We can click on that, and we can see here's our document. We can have it so he always has his viewer open for his documents. He can go in if he needs to, to work on the water valve testing procedure. He's got that ability right here to quickly go in and review the document through his viewer. He can look at it, make sure it's got everything it needs in there. And again, simple approval, but all he has to do is click on approve and go in and approve it. Takes it out of his queue. Or he has the ability to go in and right click and promote. Either way, what it does is it into the process. And here we can see the process where it's in approval. We can route it back to draft if we rejected it, or if we go forward, we're going to approve for training. Has to enter his password to verify this is Robert. This is approved by Robert in our demo. So again, adds his comment. You can see previous comments were left and related to that document. And as he finishes, it's going to go in. It may change where this document is filed and stored. Send it to the next group's queue. It's no longer in Robert's queue. So we got all this powerful workflow working behind the scenes. And so again, the users, it's working for them. It's out of his queue. And we can see where it goes because we have these nice reports. Approved for training. We can see, let's just do a quick sort by date. And we can see there's our water valve testing procedure right here at the top. So again, always being able to keep track of these documents and work with them. And every time we do anything, they're all right here, simple, easy to use. So again, intelligent business applications ready for you. So give Forefront a call if you're looking for more or you'd like more information. Thanks, and hope that you've enjoyed it.